Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. If you are new to my channel, please visit the other two videos. If you haven't watched the other two videos, I'm providing the links in the description. Please go through it. In our previous videos, we were able to design the publication using ASP.NET Core and we were able to add the capability of Entity Framework DB first approach as well. In our last video, we were able to design our endpoints and we discussed in detail how to create endpoints in ASP.NET Core Web API to add the capabilities of create an employee, delete an employee, update an employee, and we discussed like how to test these endpoints using Postman as well. In this video, we will try to design our front end to handle these events. Continuation to that, we will design how to communicate client and server with the HTTP client calls. Okay, what I'm trying to say is like once we are done with the designing of our endpoints and done with the designing of the front ends, we need to communicate between client app and server app to post the data in between client and server. Okay, let me start our working session. To do that, as we discussed, I am using Visual Studio Code to design the front end application. Okay, to save some time, I'm already I'm already created this form to build create events, nothing but to insert an employee. Okay, if you are referring or if you are following me, I'm going to share this GitHub link with you in the description. Please copy the HTML from raw GitHub link. Let me just copy this entire HTML, paste it in the Visual Studio Code home.component.html. Okay. Let me go through over this HTML code, like what it is talking about. And now we are targeting to design an design and front-end application to deal, create, edit, and delete operations. Okay. This form is designed to handle both create and update operations. Okay. If you observe here, by default the form will be disabled. Once user clicks on the create button, then we'll show this form to the user. And I'm using template driven approach to design this form. This is a template variable which holds the employee information. For example, if you observe, we have three rows. The first row is used to store the employee name information. The second row is used to store the salary information. The third row is used to store the department name information. If you see here, the prerequisite is like each input parameter name must have the name and decorated with the ng model. Ng model will have the a DOM updated value into this employee name to this employee name. The same way, the salary will hold the employee salary information. Department name will hold the employee department name information. Okay. The input type is submit. Okay. Once we click on the submit button, then this event binding will take the responsibility of submitting to the our component home.component.ts. Okay. On click of the submit, what we need to do, like we need to have a function to deal this submission. Copy this function name and come back to home.component.ts. Create a function with the name on submit. If you observe this home.component.html clearly, we are passing employee info.value. Employee info is a template reference variable. Dot value contains employee name, salary, and department name values. Okay. Now what we do, like this on submit is having a parameter, nothing but employee info. Employee info contains strong binding, nothing but model binding. Like we are attaching the model which contains the employee name, salary, and department name values. Let me come back to that component at HTML. Now we are having an event. Now we are having a function to handle the ng submit of this form. Okay. Now come back to our home.component at HTML to make sure that on submission of employee information, whether we are getting all the forms values or not, we'll add a console.log to verify the employee info values. If you observe this component.html, div is having a ngIf condition visible employee creation means we need to have a boolean flag with the true value because by default this form will be disabled only on the click of create a new employee. We need to handle this visibility. Okay, let me copy this parameter and come back to our home.component.html. If you observe here, I have a property. The boolean false means by default on the load of this home.component.ts, okay, our form will be disabled. On the click of create new employee button, we need to assign the flag to true. Okay, now we need to have a event binding to deal the click operations. On click, what we need to like show create employee. This is the function name. Copy this function to communicate between a component and component.ts. We need to have this function name in our component.ts. On the below to on submit, we have a function to create a new employee. Okay, as we discussed, on click of creation of new employee, we need to show like the employee creation form should be visible. This will have the current object. This will hold the current object property. If you observe here, this current object is having create employee function, employee information object, HTTP client object, and we have ng on installation HTTP hook method, ng on installation hook method, and on submit function. If you observe here, we have a property called visible employee creation. By default, the form will be disabled. On the click of create employee, what we do, we need to assign to true flag so that the form will be visible to the user. Okay, let me go back here. If you observe here clearly, now we handle the visibility form and we are having a template reference variable which holds the employee information, and on submit of this form we are passing this employee information values to the our component.ts page. Okay, we are able to design the employee name, salary, department name, take the input from the employee, and this HTML is present in the GitHub. I'm going to share this GitHub link in the description. Please copy the code from GitHub link. In our upcoming sessions, we'll talk about GitHub, like how to paste this code in the GitHub, like how to create a repository and all. We'll talk everything in our upcoming sessions. Okay, for now, let me go back to this and the see. Like now, we added the capability of creation and updation of our form. Okay, let me just go back to this and refresh to see the latest changes. Okay, as a developer, if we wanted to debug and see the consoles, we need to click F12 to see the developer console window. Okay, if you see here, this will called as a developer tools readily available in the Edge or Chrome. Okay, this is a console area where we can see all our console logs, warnings, or debuggers or dangers, anything. There were multiple properties are available in this console. We'll discuss in detail in our upcoming session. For now, let me just show you. Like on click of create new employee. Okay, what we expect, like on click of create new employee, we designed a page which will allow the user to pass the employee name, salary, and department name. Okay, Now let me enter employee name as Abdul, salary is 2000, department name is IT, and click of submit. We have the event handler, okay, to pass this employee information to the TS component of TS. Just do submit. If you see in the console, we are able to see the employee information which holds the input parameters, input properties. The department name is IT, employee name is salary is 2000. Now we are done with this create new employee event handle. Okay, in the same way, we can be able to handle this edit as well. What we need to do on the click of edit, we need to make a call to the web API. Okay, as we discussed in our previous session, okay, to edit an employee, what we need to like, we need to just make a call to our database, get the existing employee information, and assign those values to these form fields. Okay, this is an assignment to you. Please work on this and provide your comment in the comment section. If you see any errors or if you have any doubts, I will clarify on that. Okay, now we are ready with the create new employee and you are having assignment to work on this edit operation. Okay, as we discussed in our previous session, delete will take only one parameter, that is employee ID. Okay, what we need to do, we just need to pass the employee ID input parameter to our context. So what we are doing here, like we are just taking the existing employee information from the DB and we are removing from the context and we are saving the changes. Okay, now only our responsibility is like we need to pass an employee ID information from client to server. Okay, let me go back to our content component.html. Okay, as we discussed, like whenever we are dealing with whenever we are dealing with some event handlers. Okay, now we are trying to delete an employee. Means we need to have an event to delete an employee. Okay, this is event binding. We'll call it as an event binding. In our upcoming Angular sessions, we'll learn about everything like what is event binding, property binding. We'll discuss in detail. Okay, on the click of this delete button, we need to have a method delete employee, and this delete employee will hold one parameters, that is nothing but employee info dot employee ID. Just copy this and paste it in the method. Okay, this is the way how we can pass the employee ID information to our component.ts. Okay, once you are done with this event handler, just save this and copy this function name. Come back to our TS. And below to this create employee, add a one more function, delete employee, which takes the employee ID parameter. Employee ID parameter have a type number. Okay, let me add console.log to verify this employee ID. Now come back to our page. Just refresh this. If I click on this delete, if you just see in the console, okay, now we are trying to delete the employee ID 3. Okay, just here you can see a block icon which will clear the console. If you click on delete, you can see employee ID 4. If you click on this delete, you can see the employee ID 5. In this way, we can pass the input parameters to the server. Okay, if you just come back to our PowerPoint presentation, now we are ready with this designing a front-end application to handle the create, update, and delete events. Means we are ready with the input parameters to host the server. In our upcoming session, we learn how to communicate this input parameters, this input data to the server with the HTTP client calls. If you remember, we already have a HTTP client call to make get operations. Okay, in the same way, on click of submission, we need to have a post call to insert an employee. On click of delete employee, we need to have a delete call to delete an employee from the DB. Okay, let me just show you. This HTTP client is having capability to post an employee. Yes, we have a post method. In the same way, in the HTTP client capabilities, you can see delete as well. Okay. In our upcoming session, we'll design, we'll try to communicate between client and server and see how we can able to add the like on click of what we like on click of create new employee while it is taking operation from the server. We need to have a loading icon, okay, to show the user like please wait for some time until unless the insert operation is done. On success, we need to show a pop-up like the insertion is successfully done. On the click of delete, we need to have a pop-up to show like the delete operation is in progress and wait till that operation is done. On success, we need to show like the delete is done successfully. Okay. In our upcoming session, we'll see like how to handle the client and server calls. Okay. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you are new to this video, please watch other two working sessions. If you have any comments, if you have any suggestions, please provide in the comment section. Please do subscribe. If you feel this content is going to help some other people who are looking for full stack developer role with the technologies ASP.NET Core and Angular, please share with your friends as well. Please be part of my journey. Thank you. Thank you so much.